Hello and welcome to Yoga by the Bay with Erin. I'm Erin. Today's Yogi Wisdom is all about peace. Peace is not something you find at the end of a rainbow. Peace is not a reward you get from others for good behavior. Peace is not absorbed from the confused world around us. No, peace is a different beast. You build it from the inside out. Your inner peace is a thing of great beauty and strength. No one can take it from you. No one can steal your inner peace. Wishing you peace today and always, my friends. So let's transition into a tabletop. So in your tabletop, we want to have your palms wide open and then place them on your mat and have them directly under your shoulders. Make sure that your knees are directly under your hips and don't forget about that belly button. Tuck it in. We're going to come into a cow-cat pose. So let's drop the belly, bring the gaze forward, coming into cow pose. Curl your spine, gaze goes between your knees for cat pose. Continue this motion. This is a perfect opportunity to tune into that breath. You want to make the breath audible so you yourself can hear it and you can use it as a tool to draw your awareness inward. Let's come into a neutral tabletop. Place your left hand in the center of your mat. As you inhale, reach your right hand and your gaze up to that beautiful sky. On the exhale, thread the needle, reach the right hand over to the left side, hover. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, thread that needle. Inhale, lengthen. Now, this time as you exhale, we're going to land on your right shoulder, placing your right ear on the mat. Take your left hand to the top left corner of your mat. Once you're settled, shift your weight to your right knee and extend the toes of your left foot to the back of the mat. This again, connecting the mind with the body. Slowly start to lift that left heel up. This is a perfect practice of connecting the mind to the body because if you were disconnected, you would topple over. And if you do, no big deal. Just come right back to this position and join us. Tuning into that breath, let's give this one more deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bring the knee down and make your way back to that tabletop position. So now your right hand is going to go into the center of the mat. As you inhale, lift your left hand and gaze up to that gorgeous sky. On the exhale, thread the needle, hover, reach over to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, thread that needle. Inhale, lengthen, and then on the exhale, land. Come onto your left shoulder. Place your left ear on the mat. Bring your right hand, top right corner. Here we go. Shift your weight to your left hand. Extend the toes of your right foot to the back of the mat. Tune in, and then start to lift that right heel up. Again, if you were not tuned in, you would go over. So really use that mind-body connection here. Giving this one more breath. Slowly bring that knee down and rise back up to your tabletop position. Coming into a Sphinx pose. So come onto your forearms. Open your palms super wide. Bring your hips down to the mat. Imagine your hands are suction cups. So press into those hands and then pull through your hands your heart. You're pulling that heart forward. Press your pelvis down to the earth. Draw your shoulder blades together. Bring your gaze forward. This is great for your lower back. Giving this a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, we're going to make our way to puppy pose. So rise up. Hips are going up to the sky. Heart is melting down to the mat. You have two choices. You can bring your top of your head down to the mat and look between your knees and extend your arms forward. Or if you want to go a little deeper into this, the chin comes to the mat. Gaze goes forward. Extend those arms out. Reach those hips to the sky. And breathe. Another great lower back. Let's give this one more breath. And then slowly rise back up to your tabletop position, making our way into downward dog. We're going to come through crouching tiger. So let's tuck your toes under. Give me an inhale, and on the exhale, lift your knees just a few inches. Hover there. And then bring your awareness to your big toes. So press into your big toes and see if you can create space between those piggies. So we want to create space. Yes, your toes need yoga too. Give this a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, your chest comes to the top of your thighs, and then lift those hips to the sky. Bring your head to the ground. Crouching tiger. Give me a nice deep inhale here. And on the exhale, make your way into downward facing dog. And you do whatever dog shows up for you. You might want to walk your dog, take your dog for a walk here. You might want a stationary dog. Whatever works, just take this opportunity to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale your right foot up. Bend your knee. We're going to stack your right hip on top of your left. We're a scorpion now. That right foot is your scorpion's tail, and it's going to the left side of your mat. Now lift the right knee up to the sky. Open that hip. Give me a nice deep inhale. On the exhale, your right foot comes between your hands. Drop your back heel down and rise up to warrior two. Beautiful. So warrior two, knee is stacked over the ankle. Back leg is long and strong. Have that torso straight up and down. Reach your fingertips out to opposite sides. And most importantly, gaze out towards your middle right finger. We can train our brain. Train your brain. Tell your brain, look at that middle right finger. You can also train your brain in life. When it's thinking something negative, you just scoop in with some positive thoughts. On the inhale, open that right palm. On the exhale, come into peaceful warrior. So take your right hand, reach it towards the back of the mat. Extend your left hand down your left leg and bend a little bit more generously into that right knee. I love this pose because we all need a little more peace in our lives. Give this a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, bring both hands to the mat. Your right foot back to meet your left. Come into high plank, lower down, all the way to the mat. So as you press into your hands, come into baby cobra or into a full cobra. And then meet me in downward dog. Again, what do you want to do with this dog? Are we going to take it for a walk? Or are we going to lay in our stationary dog? Your choice. As you inhale your left foot up, bend that knee, come into scorpion. So stack your left hip on top of your right. That left foot's going towards the right side of your mat. Lift that left knee up to the sky. Give me a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, slowly bring the left foot to the top of the mat between your hands. Drop that back heel down and rise up. Warrior two. Bringing that gaze to that left middle finger. Training your brain. Knee is stacked over the ankle. Back heel is down. Leg is long and strong. That torso is straight up and down. Stand here with pride. Feel that beautiful breeze. As you inhale, open the left palm. As you exhale, come back into peaceful warrior. Rising the hand down. Take the hand, bring it down that right leg. Bend a little more into the left knee and reach the left fingertips to the back of the mat. As you hold in peaceful warrior, how about you take a little piece in? And how about you send a little piece out? Give this a nice deep inhale, and then bring both hands to the mat. Your left foot back to meet your right. Come into high plank. Inhale, low plank, exhale. Inhale to baby cobra or cobra. And as you exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. Breathing here, taking a giant inhale. And as you exhale, release what is getting in your way for peace. Let it go. And then inhale, rise up in your toes. Bend your hips towards your heels and see how many hops it takes to get you to the top of your mat. Once you're there, place your hands on your shins. Halfway lift, forward fold, and then root and rise. Come all the way up to standing. Bring your awareness up. Open your heart. Give me an inhale. And exhale through heart center. Pause for a moment here. Coming to mountain pose. So as we stand in mountain pose, let's press your big toes into the mat. Reach all the way out to your pinky toes. Ground down. Open those palms and be ready. Stand here in mountain pose. Stand ready to receive life. Receive it, not judge it, not put your desires upon it. Be here to receive it as it unfolds in front of you and learn from it. And then inhale those arms all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, swan dive forward. Place your hands on your shins, halfway lift. Place your hands on the mat. Walk your right and your left foot back. Come into high plank. Give me an inhale. Lower all the way down on the exhale. Press into your hands, baby cobra or cobra. And meet me in downward facing dog. Nice job. Give me one nice inhale. And release on the exhale. Let it all go. You deserve so much peace. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, right foot to the outside of your right hand. Drop that left knee down. We're coming into a lizard lunge now. So shift your weight to your left hand. Take your right hand on the top of your right knee and very gently press that knee away from you. Peel the foot away from you. And then bring your gaze up to that gorgeous sky. You can stay here or bend your left knee. You can even take your hand, clasp that foot, and draw it in. Looking up. Heart open. Receive. Receive all that goodness out there. Give me a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, release. Bring your hand to the top of the mat as you make your way to pigeon. So we're going to heel toe that right foot all the way to the left side of your mat. Once you're comfortable, lay that right leg down. Flex the toes. Use that left leg to center you over the right. As you inhale, lift your gorgeous heart. And as you exhale, melt it down. Melt it down. Holding here. Holding in this deep hip opener. Allow those things, that stuff that we hold on to, allow it to go. Why do we hold on to the negative? Let's find the beauty. Learn from those things. Let it go. Let's give this one more breath. And then we're slowly coming back to our hands. Untuck your toes. Lift your left knee off the mat. Bring your right foot back to meet your left. Into high plank we go. Give me a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, lower down. Next breath. Baby cobra or a full cobra or even an up dog. Lift those knees. And then meet me in downward facing dog. Bring in a giant inhale. And a cleansing exhale. And then lift your left foot up. Left foot to the outside of your left hand. Drop that right knee down. Shifting your weight to your right hand. Take your left hand. Press that left knee away from you. Peel that left foot off the mat and bring your gaze up to that gorgeous sky. You can stay here or bend the right knee. Draw the foot in. Take your hand. Clasp that foot. Give it a help. Help to draw that in deeper. Lift that heart. One breath here. and then slowly release. Bringing your hand to the top of the mat as we heel toe our way to pigeon. We're heel toeing that left foot towards the right side of the mat. You might even need to go down towards your hip a little bit more here. Dropping your hips down once you're comfortable. Don't forget, flex the toes to protect the knees. As you inhale, lift your gorgeous heart. As you exhale, melt it down. And as you're holding, release. Release those emotions that we store in our hips. I love this saying. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it certainly changes the future. With that thought, give this one more breath and then very slowly rise up. Nice job. Shift your weight to your left side and then take your right leg and just release it because we're going to face this direction and come into a straddle. Coming into a seated straddle, have your toes reaching up to the sky and ground those legs down. And then place your right hand to any part of the right leg that is comfortable to you. Take your left hand, reach it up to the sky. Give me a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, reach the left fingertips towards the right side. This might be where you need to stay today or way up here. If you want to go a little deeper, come onto your forearm, reach those fingertips, maybe even touch the toes. Just breathe. Allow that left hip to stay down as you reach and extend through the left side of your body. One more breath. And then we release, come back to center, all over to the left. So left hand, you choose. It might even be different than the right. Choose your space. Inhale, reach that right hand up. As you exhale, bring the right hand over towards the left side. Again, any version that shows up for you, be okay with that. That's why yoga is so cool. It's accessible for anybody. There's so many modifications out there. Let's give this one more breath and then slowly come back to a seated position. Beautiful job, everyone. We are going to take our feet and bring them into staff pose. So sit up nice and tall in your staff pose. As you inhale, reach through those fingertips. As you exhale, hinge forward. You know what? You might even want to bend your knees a little bit. Be kind, be gentle on yourself. Fold forward here. As you get deeper into your practice, you may be able to straighten those knees out a little bit more. Just tune in. Take this opportunity to breathe. One more breath. And then slowly rise up. We're going to come into a boat pose. We are in Bayfront Park, and it is a beautiful sunny day, and we're surrounded by boats. So let's come into boat pose. Hands come behind you. Draw your awareness to your core because that's what's doing the work here. So give me a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, the core is lifting your heels up. You can keep your knees bent. You can straighten your legs. You can point your toes. So many options. You can keep your hands here. You can lengthen them out. Open your heart. Bring your gaze up. And if you're challenging yourself, you might even start to shake a little here. Have fun. Bend, straight, hands down, hands out, whatever works for you. Give this a nice deep inhale. On the exhale, draw your knees in, look behind you, and then rock onto your back. Make sure you don't fall off your mat. So let's give yourself a great big hug, a well-deserved hug. Maybe sway side to side. Nice job, everyone. Swaying side to side here. Let's take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Bring your heels to the sky and then draw your knees down to the earth. So down towards your armpits and sway side to side and happy baby. You can even have fun with this and go into a straddle with happy baby. Just don't forget about the swaying part because that's what reminds us to not take life so serious. That's what reminds us to every day. Let that inner child come out and play. One more breath here. And then very slowly bring those knees back in. Extend your arms out into a T. Give me an inhale. As you exhale, your knees go to the right side. Bring your gaze to the left. Coming into a spinal twist. We're getting down to that peaceful time of Shavasana. Allow your heart rate to slow. Allow your thoughts to slow. Give me an inhale here. As you exhale, let's switch the direction. So knees go to the left. Bring your gaze to the right side. Take a nice deep inhale. Breathing here. One more breath as you bring your gaze back to center and then come into a tiny little ball. So draw your nose towards your knees. Give me the biggest inhale you've done thus far. And here we go. Release. Come into Shavasana. Come into that final resting pose. Just be. And as you're sitting here in Shavasana, remind yourself you are the author of your story. Your feelings are based on your experiences, and you can choose to find the beauty, the lesson in every single one. Choosing to find that beauty, take your palms, bring them to your forehead. May you have peace in your thoughts. Lower your palms to your lips. May you have peace in your words. And press those palms in your heart. May we all learn to filter our thoughts and our words through our heart. The light in me honors, recognizes, and cherishes the light that exists in each and every one of you beautiful yogis. Namaste.